This movie wasn't one battle after another to get through, because this movie, I enjoyed it. It didn't feel like it was a drag. It didn't feel like, it was like I was there for a long time. I didn't feel bored or anything. I enjoyed this movie. So today we're reviewing for you a movie I saw yesterday during the day with my friend, called One Battle After Another. It is the most recent 2025 movie starring Leonardo DiCaprio, and it's directed by none other than Paul Thomas Anderson. And so what I'll say is, I haven't seen all of Paul Thomas Anderson's films. I have seen a few films with Leonardo DiCaprio, and I like Leonardo DiCaprio and how he just really is interested in making films. He appreciates, the media itself. He goes out of his way to commit to a certain acting performance or a certain way that a film is shot. All of these kind of things where he is just passionate about cinema. And so it really drew me to see this movie, and it just looked kind of interesting from the trailer. It didn't look like a franchise movie or anything like regurgitated and I've seen that before. Like, it has something different to offer within like a familiar type of genre with familiar themes. So there is all of that. And so what I will say is, there will not be loads of spoilers as I'm recording this video. This movie came out over the weekend, and so I don't want to spoil this film. It came out the other day there for the UK. I went to go see this at the View Cinema with my friend. And I will say this, that this movie, what this movie is about, is that you've got this kind of like, it's meant to be like this epic adventure chase movie where something really crazy happens in America. There's a guy called Bob, played by Leonardo DiCaprio. There's some drama going on with how he lost his Wayne, where his daughter, Wayne's a Scottish slang term for your child, but basically it's like a point where he's lost his daughter. He thinks his daughter went missing because the military went after them and went crazy all over the place and travelling across the country to get some dirty deeds done, basically. And then there's this whole drama about how there is this character that's meant to be the partner of Leonardo DiCaprio, and then there's this other character played by Sean Penn, and it's like this big epic crazy movie with a lot going on. But what I'm going to be saying here right now is that this movie in no way, shape or form feels confusing to watch. It never feels like it's a boring movie. Like I said at the start of this video, it doesn't feel like a battle to get through. Like, it's an entertaining film because the actors, they care about the performances they're putting on. There is a sense of style throughout the film. It doesn't feel like it's predictable. There's a certain point where you think, yeah, I've seen that kind of thing before, but there's a certain style to it. It kind of like pops out and you remember it because there's a style to it. The director had a particular vision and he really went for it in this movie. And I say Leonardo DiCaprio, this is probably one of his best performances I've seen in recent time, because he really just goes for it. And in the trailer you can tell he's like a crazy washed up dad that's just trying to do his best to save his daughter, and I really like that about him as well. And Sean Penn as the villain has this kind of fun performance to him, while he has like a creepy performance. It's really good how the script deals with all of that, and I just enjoy that as well about this movie, that the actors really went for it in the film. And the movie's meant to be over 2 hours long, and towards the end of the movie I slowly felt like it was a bit long. It's like, yeah, we've went through the process, we've done this story, let's finally end this thing. And yeah, I will say it's not a masterpiece or anything, but it's a really solid, highly recommendable film for me. It just has a lot of things going for it. And also, just as a fun fact as well, I decided to do this for this movie, which I don't go out of my way to watch many BBC interviews or just interviews in general after I see a film, because there's some films I just see, yeah, I got enough out of that, I don't really need to know extra information, I got enough. But with this movie I was like, this movie interested me, so I watched a BBC Radio 1 interview with Leonardo DiCaprio. It came out a few days ago on YouTube, which I will link down below, where he talks about the movie and how he was dedicating himself to the role, and how Paul Thomas Anderson would stop at nothing to make sure that every single time they were filming this movie, if they made a mistake, they go back and do it all over again. And there's just this kind of thing where there's so much dedication, so much passion, so much craftsmanship for the art of cinema, and I just love that about this movie, that it appreciates film, it appreciates cinema, it's experimental, it tries something that's making your brain twitch and twimble and spin around and making you think about a situation. It just does a lot of things that you really want in a film. Like it has a style to it, has substance, it makes you think. It also makes me laugh. I forgot to mention that as well. It made me laugh because there's some moments in the movie, while it's a gritty, dramatic, really serious, heavy subject matter about a serious personal drama within the movie, there's quite a few points where there is some cheesy dialogue that's meant to just distract your brain from the crazy ongoings throughout the film, and it's just really clever like that. Anytime a director has a movie where it's grounded in reality, it's trying to be serious, it's trying to be, making you think and feel and care for the characters while making you laugh, that's a good director. They've picked up a script note, they've wrote a script where they can time these lines perfectly and do the best job that they can with a film. So yeah, honestly, I'm going to give this movie a 9 out of 10. I think it's going to crack my top 10 list of 2025. It's an enjoyable film, so much going for it. I mean, that's going to be a challenge alone when it comes to my reviews of this top 5, top 10 list of 2025 at the end of the year, because there's been a lot of films but I've enjoyed them, so definitely stay tuned for that, but that is a few months down the line anyway. So I hope you enjoyed this review. This is more of an authentic, well, not authentic, but more of a extensive, review where I am going for it. I'm just giving you a bit more deeper thoughts, and I've been doing that a few more times where I'm getting a bit more intricate and a bit more detail with my reviews, because sometimes I do like snappy, quick reviews, because sometimes I have to just sneak videos out before I go to work, so then I've got myself, the day and all of that to sort myself out, but you don't need to know all that obviously, but I just thought I'd throw that in there, because I like doing these videos. Sometimes I like to go on for a bit, and I think that's what I need to start doing, is just kind of explain it a bit more, even if I'm not spoiling it. Like movies, I can still give you more detail, give you more analysis sort of thing, so that it makes it more interesting to watch than just like 3 minutes of a video and that's it really. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this review and stay tuned for more like this one. This has been my review of One Battle After Another. Definitely go check it out, and the fact that this movie was a packed audience says a lot. It's an opening weekend for the film, it's Leonardo DiCaprio, famous actor, so yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed this review. Stay tuned for more like it, and I will see you for another review on the James Ramblin' Reviews, because ready or not, here I come. You cannot hide from my movie reviews, because yes, that is a song in one of the trailers of this movie, and it may or may not just be in the actual film. Bye 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 bye.